deep fly ball, a drive to center field. That'll get over the head of Robinson and all the way to the fence.
Lorbeck drives the lane, puts it up, right-hand lane, gets it to fall. He'll go to line for one more.
Very nice take by Zach Lorbeck.
Trying to go around to Engel. He stones him far side.
Point blank got angled again, and he stops him.
Shotgun snap at Engel, looking left, now looking right. Throw far side, throws a fade up for grabs. Hunter Beechler, far side pylon. He comes down with it. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates. She'll line it ball into left field, and that'll go all the way to the fence. Coming in to score will be Hilbert. Feed it in. Maddie Ray, right-hand lane and down.
Great steal by Ray. Jerks with a nice lob over the top.
Four skates to the near side circle, looking for some time. One-timer to Martin Suna. Knock off the water bottle. It's a one-timer and a goal, and the Pirates, they extend their lead.
He takes a swing at it. He'll send that one deep to right. And looks like that one's going to be a walk-off grand slam for Joe Byer.
Swinging a fly ball to center field.
It's over!
And that's it!
The Pirates win it!
Good evening and welcome out to Cornerstone Community Center as we are on rink number 1, the home of the Green Knights of St. Norbert College men's rink, as we get set for what has been one of the top rivalries around the state, one of the most electric atmospheres that you can imagine in high school athletics. Unfortunately, there's no fans, but it's still going to be a dynamic matchup tonight as we await the Notre Dame Academy Tritons and the Bayport Pirates. Good evening and welcome out. Chris Learman with you, joined by Ross Tellner tonight. Joey Bonadonna, the production, and Tim Nemi on the camera visuals today for you as we get set for this rivalry. And Ross, a rivalry that kind of, you've been a part of many of them with these two. Obviously, it's going to be different without a crowd for the two, but two that really, Bayport, the only team that's kind of pushed Notre Dame the last handful of years.
100%, Chris. As you know, Bayport has beat Notre Dame only 3 times, twice by forfeit, so 5 times if you want to count it in total. The only other team in the FRCC that has beat Notre Dame is De Pere just once in 2016. So, yeah, Notre Dame's kind of the steamroller of this conference, but Bayport has been able to play well and been able to do well, and this year they're playing very, very well.
Today's Bayport hockey broadcast proudly supported by Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town. By North Shore Bank, the bank of you. Just J Creative, website and brand development. The Press Times, your local paper and online source for Pirate Athletics. By Jeff Deacon and Sherwis Realty, and by members of the NEW Sports 30 Broadcasters Club. Chris and Ross from Cornerstone as we get set for the Tritons and the Pirates. And the Tritons team, Ross, that we look at, represented at state a year ago. They fell in the state championship match to Verona in overtime, actually. So they were the state runner-up. They graduate a whole host, 4 lines worth of skaters from state players of the year, some first-team all-state representatives. The goaltending, defensemen, forwards, you name it, they lost it. They return, obviously, a lot of talent that is at NDA, and that's led by Brendan Poshak, the senior, who this is our 7th year of broadcasting. His brother Bryce was a freshman when we started. We had 3 years of Bryce, 1 year of the 2 of them, and now 3 years of Brendan, and this will be our final one for these 2 squads.
And I think everybody in the conference will be very happy when the Poshaks leave because they've been nothing but dominant. There's only 2 seniors, as you were talking about, Chris, on this Notre Dame team, so they lost 17 of them. There's only 2 left now. However, they have a lot of talent, as you were talking about. 20 points scored by Hunter Bill, 17 by Brendan Gruber, 13 by Michael McManty, and even they have a captain and a junior, and Max McNeil, defenseman, that scored 8 points so far. So for sure they're looking good. On the other side, of course, there's Bayport. Always, I feel like, have been kind of an even keel team with a lot of people scoring points. This year, 2 guys with 12, Jay Rebar and Sam Lyons. 2 guys with 11, and Ty Fralick and Bryce Strand.
Yeah, the Pirates that have not had the production. You just mentioned that Hunter Bill, a sophomore, obviously helped out a lot because he has 13 assists. Michael McEntee has 11 assists because you have some extremely talented goal scorers for Notre Dame. But the Pirates, their issue the last 2 years, they did not have any scoring whatsoever. If they were going to win games, it was going to be winning scores of 1-0, 2-1 games. Things switched a little bit this year. Obviously, Notre Dame averaging a powerful 5.3 goals a game. Bayport not far behind, 4.88 goals per game average.
Yeah, and this isn't in like 2 or 3 games. Bayport's played 8 games, Notre Dame 10. So really, when you're looking at this, the overall is both of these teams, as we're trying to kind of tell you, are pretty well pinned up against each other. They're going to play strong. They're going to play hard. They both want to win it, and they're both going to look to go to that sectional final up against each other coming up in a few weeks/months.
Yeah, we're not that far away removed, just over a month. I know we just turned to 2021, but obviously the winter sports season cut about 3 weeks short, so everything's moved up. Season's moving right along. One thing that might play into tonight, Bayport hasn't played in almost a couple of full weeks. They had a game on the 22nd of December that was canceled for precautions due to Appleton United with COVID. So they didn't play that week before Christmas. They didn't play this past week before New Year's, and now they're playing tonight. Almost 2 full weeks off, basically.
It is actually 2 full weeks, Chris.
To the day?
Yep, last 2 Saturdays ago they played. Notre Dame has played 3 games in that time, actually.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
I believe so.
Including a overtime winner from Max McNeil. The defenseman for Notre Dame was able to get one off of a defenseman and deflect into net against Wausau West, a perennial power in the state of Wisconsin. So see if maybe Bayport has fresh legs, but hey, if you haven't played a game in 2 full weeks, I think that's going to be an effect and not to the good. See if Bayport's going to come out with a little bit of life and not be sloppy to get things going.
If I know Coach Buchan, though, he's got these guys coached up, and he's going to have them out there ready to go. This is Notre Dame. This isn't something where you're going to be like going against a school that doesn't know anything or doesn't play very hard. Bayport always seems to play to their opponent, so they're going to be playing up today, and they're going to be pushing as hard as they possibly can.
As with the COVID regulations, they will not clean the ice, and they will not go to locker rooms, so we will bring you the starting lineups.
I did not know they didn't clear the ice just at the beginning of the first.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
That the fresh ice will come after each period, but they will not have that for us before this one. So today's starting lineup is presented by Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill. Zesty's serve up a full food and frozen custard menu across from Bayport High School at 2639 Lineville Road today. Stop in tonight yet, close at 9, or stop in on your Sunday, as you can get fresh frozen custard and whatever else you want
do go to
from
Zesty's, give me a
Zesty's.
butter burger, please. Yeah, that sounds good, doesn't it?
Yes, well, food any time of year sounds
True
really
that.
good too.
True that.
But
Food, yes.
Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town. We'll start with your starters first for Notre Dame Academy. The Tritons 9-1-0 on the season. Starting at left wing, a sophomore, number 11, Hunter Bill. Starting at center, a senior, number 13, Brendan Poshak. At right wing, a sophomore, number 27, Brendan Gruber. At defense, a freshman, number 12, Bryce Dahl. And right defense, a sophomore, number 20, Michael McEntee. Again, your starters for Notre Dame Tritons. It will be Bill, Poshak, and Gruber. Dahl and McEntee at defense. And between the pipes, a senior goaltender, number 35, Xander Roberts. Tritons are led by head coach Corey McCracken, assisted by Silverio Mirar, Jim Gwynn, Monte Conrad, and Tony Kujava. And your starters for the Bayport Pirates this evening. At left wing, a senior number 10, Carl Cano. At center, a senior number 21, Alex Voss. At right wing, a senior number 41, Ty Freilich. Starting at defense, a sophomore number 14, Ian Sellison. And a senior number 20, first line, Tyler Brady. Again, your Bayport Pirate starters this evening. It will be Cano, Voss, and Freilich across the front line. Sellison and Brady at defense. And between the pipes, a senior goaltender number 31, Marcus Nemi. Head coach for the Pirates is Mike Buchan, assisted by Derek Donahue, Spencer Shaw, and Chris Ingham. Notre Dame 9-1-0, Bayport 7-1-0. Two teams that have very successful records. Pirates, actually the only game they didn't score this year, obviously they didn't win it. They lost the season opener to USM, University School of Milwaukee, who is
Always amazing.
They're playing really good hockey. Team that actually Notre Dame defeated in the state semifinals a year ago. They're sitting at the top of the state in terms of rankings. And Bayport lost to them. They've rattled off 7 straight. We'll listen in for the national anthem here from Cornerstone, and we get you set for hockey on a Saturday night. From rink number 1 at Cornerstone, we get set for hockey, a couple of Fox River Classic Conference rivals, and we get set ready to rock and roll tonight. If you want to get in contact with us, feel free to tweet the booth at Voice of BP on Twitter. We'd love to hear where you might be listening from. We'll try to, obviously, people out there know how difficult it is to get through with the connection of your cellular device inside of Cornerstone. So if you try to get any other way, we'll try to reach it.
I'll cover Facebook for you, Chris.
All right.
That's always a little difficult.
Yep, that's exactly what I was referring to. If you message on the Facebook feed, we have this on the Bayport Varsity Hockey YouTube feed, as well as on the
Chris is going to be just like me, though. Facebook is going to be loading the whole night to not know what to say.
Awesome. Well, that's all right. So if you want to get in touch with us, feel free to send us a note. And
Colin Tony's text or sending in.
There we go.
Colin Tony's. Man, oh man, Chris, I know there's no fans. I know that it doesn't feel the same, but boy, I don't know about you. It's been a while since I've called hockey. I'm shaking. I'm nervous. I can't imagine what these boys are doing, but this is what high school hockey is. These kids are bitter rivals. They, I think about, it sounds stupid, but Mighty Ducks, right? The first Mighty Ducks movie, how big of a rival those two teams were. This is what this is to these kids. They look at the opponents, and they know that this is the type of game that you're going to see in the playoffs as well.
We have a draw at center, won by Notre Dame Academy, and the Tritons are in their black sweaters, black breezers with the blue trim and the blue helmets. And Pirates are in their Columbia blue tops with the navy breezers and white helmets. Notre Dame to control left side inside the Bayport zone. Lost the puck to Sean Samuels, and there's going to be called a hand pass by Bayport as they're going to say Samuels took a skate with it. And the other official says he never had control of it, but nevertheless, they're going to call it a center ice face-off. We'll do it 27 seconds in all over again. Xander Robertson goal to the right for Notre Dame. To the left goes Nemi for Bayport. A couple of senior netminders. Roberts, however, he had to sit behind a heck of a goaltender, an all-state goalie at that from last year. Roberts got a little bit of time, but not too much. He's seen every second of action this year for Notre Dame. Pirates will dump it into the Notre Dame zone, far side. Sam Lyons to give chase for Bayport, pushes up Max McNeil against the glass. Arm is up for a penalty early on, and we're going to have a penalty in the first 50 seconds. Trying to break in will be Voss, and he is slowed down, and we are going to have a player to the box, just 53 ticks of the clock in.
Yeah, just a silly penalty by the Pirates, but I do want to talk about these powder blues by Bayport. Remind me so much of the San Diego Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers and their powder blues. Beautiful, beautiful jerseys.
What was that call?
I don't remember. It's been forever.
Wasn't charging. Roughing is the
Roughing.
call. Well, it's going to be interesting tonight because also a connection that we'll be able to talk about is the Voss brothers. Brendan Poshak at the point, gets it to the left wing, cycle around for Notre Dame. McEntee in the left, skates down to the half boards, keeps it back to Poshak, skate to the point, drop it off right side wing, losing the puck momentarily, and Hunter Bill will retrack it down. Sophomore forward, harassed up top by Sam Lyons of Bayport as they control in the Pirate zone. Looking to cycle around is Notre Dame. 1 minute and 30 seconds gone by. To the point with Gruber. Brendan looking for a one-timer to McEntee, and it just went behind the blade of his stick. Couldn't handle it. Otherwise, he was breaking in backdoor for one. And the Pirates clear the first 50 seconds of this man advantage. And Notre Dame will continue with the puck. From behind their own net, 15-15 clock moving along here in the opening period of play. McEntee through the neutral ice area. Drops it off wing. Get it to Buttinger. Callan skates to the corner, fakes a pass, gets it to the wing, now left wing. Poshak looking to dump it off to Bill. Back to Poshak again. Brendan near side McEntee. Michael thought about a shot, trying to get it back to the wing. A couple of Tritons replaced each other. One went left, one went right. Pass goes through the middle, and Notre Dame clears their own zone. 40 seconds left on the 5-on-4. Brendan Poshak committed to Northern Michigan University. Between the rings, dangles around, loses the puck near side, and Tyler Brady's able to send it to the blue line, and he can't clear the zone, but losing it will be Travis Pockel. And Pockel will lose the zone for the Tritons. Sent back in left side to Isaac Rentmeester, chipped into the corner. Pirates trying to gain control. 15 seconds yet. The Bayport Pirates will be a man down. Pockel to the far side. Rister comes in. That's going to miss entirely on the far side post. Picked back up by Rentmeester in the corner. 5 seconds left in the man advantage. Pockel near side. Rentmeester trying to go cross ice. Face off dot to dot. And we will be back to 5-on-5. Bayport unable to clear the zone, however. It's still lost on the far side. Rister comes in. Pockel. Kick save. Move out the right leg by Marcus Nemi as we remain 0-0. And there's an arm up for a tripping penalty. And is this going to send which team to the bench on this one?
It's Notre Dame this time.
Triton to the bench. So we're going to be heavy with the penalties early on. This one is going to be Nick Voss, the freshman from NDA. 13:55 to go in the first, and we are at 0-0.
Chris, I just want to clarify. You just said Nick Voss, and then on the other team, there's an Alex Voss?
Brothers, senior freshman.
All right.
Nick's a freshman, and extremely talented freshman at that. And he looks to go to Notre Dame. Well, you can't complain with the pedigree that Coach McCracken's got with his program. Unfortunately for Bayport, you don't have the two brothers playing together. Rister comes far side from Carl Cano, hits off the post, no love there, lost into the near side corner. A couple of skaters from both teams push up against the glass, and it's sent down the length of the ice to clear the zone. 13:30 to go, so 2 minutes for tripping. That goes on Voss of Notre Dame, and Tyler Brady from his own zone for the Pirates to bring it up. Skates to the neutral ice area, left side zone, dumps it into the corner, and the defenseman will then drop to the half boards. A couple of skaters from both teams trying to push and poke at it. Lost and sent down the length of the ice by Pockel, and it'll be picked up by Marcus Nemi and dropped behind his own net.
As you take a quick breath, that penalty at 3:04 into the period by number 21, Nick Voss, for tripping. 3:04-21, Nick Voss tripping.
Right side of it, Sam Lyons trying to weave through defenders at the neutral ice zone. Who's at near side? Sam Lyons going to go get it into the near side corner. Pushed up against the glass. Pockel trying to ring it around. Stopped on the wing by 71 Sam Lyons. Alex Voss for Bayport. Drops it off to Sam Komrosky. Komrosky on the corner. He'll pick it up. Sam looking to facilitate, looking in front to Sam Lyons. That's not there. Sam holds in the zone. Face-off dot, throws it in front. Off the glove of Xander Roberts. Lost behind net. Pirates operate again to the point. Get it to Bryce Strand. Strand right side of wing. Jay Rebar. Rebar with it on his forehand. Skates down to the circle. Drops him down back to the right wing to Strand. Looking for Rebar again. This pass goes out of way. Pockel trying to poke check one out of the zone. He can't. Lost to the wing. Bryce Strand. Slap shot coming in front. Kicked away with a pillow by Xander Roberts. 9 seconds left. Bayport up a man. Voss looking from the corner. Gets to the half boards of Jay Rebar. At the point to Bryce Strand. 2 seconds on the power play. Rebound, throws it in front, blocked aside. Getting down in front of it was Bryce Eberhardt, the forward and junior for Notre Dame, to keep it off target. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey here from Cornerstone. 11:45, clock moving here in the first period as we remain scoreless. Strand plays it off the boards up to Jay Rebar, trying to get to Sean Samuels, and good defense by Max McNeil to keep that away with a back check. Poked away by Ty Freilich. Samuels looking to get it to a teammate. He'll wing it around just inside the red line. That's legal. Rings around the far side corner. Notre Dame trying to get it out. Sean Samuels, the forecheck. Centering pass looking for Ty Freilich. Oh, stepping right in front of it was Bryce Dahl, the freshman defenseman. He plays it up ice far side. Poshak going to the wrister, and his stick collides with that of Tyler Brady of Bayport. And not getting much on it, and the shot misses entirely into the corner. Bayport's going to send it all the way down. Check into the boards near side. That will get McEntee to have to climb back to his feet. Poshak looking to play one between the rings. Out of the Bayport zone, picked up by Ty Freilich. Freilich up to Jay Rebar, only as far as McEntee. McEntee back on the zone, left wing. Skates it to his skate, back to his foot, trying to play to a teammate. He can't get it there. Down goes Poshak on a check in the near side corner. Physical play between these two teams. We've seen each team with a penalty. Neither team's capitalized on it. 10.5 minutes ago in the first period of play, we remain 0-0 just as we started, and the arm's going to go up for an icing call. Clock will come to a rest at 10:25. 6 minutes and 35 seconds gone by. We remain scoreless. Face-off coming next to the Bayport goaltender.
Christopher, this is a beautiful game. This is something that I have missed for the last 2.5 years, just the pure back and forth action of these both two teams on the power plays. Both teams powering through. Yeah, there were no goals, but they both did an amazing job as they were pushing each other. Physical game so far.
Pockel into the corner, trying to dump one down for teammate. Right through the ring. Shot comes in. Kick save. Left pillow again. This one by Marcus Nemi. Almost a tripping call, but going down in his zone was Nick Voss. Pirates trying to chip it across the blue. Carl Cano using the backhand, a little butcher flip up to the blue line, out of the zone, bring it back in as Voss. He'll get checked. They're going to say it was illegal. Arm is up for penalty. And Roberts now being called to the bench. Pass to Sean Samuels, and is this going to be Neen or something? Nope, they're going to call it a straight trip. And Carl Cano will head to the box. Second time from Hilliard Wires Arena. We have 9:57 to go in the first period. We welcome in Jenny Sellison and others. Again, feel free to get in touch with us as the evening moves along. See where you might be listening from. Bayport contingency, Grandpa Poshak, and the Notre Dame contingency.
Feel very popular today, Chris.
Face-off win by Notre Dame, but it goes just past Poshak, and he can't hold his own. Brought back in, Budinger, centering pass in front, trying to hook up to Poshak, just a half blade length too far, and it goes in the far side corner. Controlled there by Notre Dame on the right side wing. Skate down in the corner, looking to drop behind, circle and replace the near side half boards. Bill at the point gets it to Poshak. Brendan back to Bill. Hunter near side. We had a chance to take a shot. Passed on it. Back to Poshak, right side half boards. Under 9.5 to go in the first. McEntee, wrister in front, deflected off of the stick and never reached net. Nemi sprawling out right to left. Puck remains in the zone. Near side corner, down on the goal line with Notre Dame's Brendan Gruber. Gruber gets a bouncing puck behind the cage. Drops it back off to McEntee. Looking to play one to Budinger. Callion's got it on the half boards, looking for a pass far side. One-timer to Hunter Bill, stops it on his forehand, works it back around to the point. McEntee on the top of the face-off dot. Playing one to the wing, deflected by a Bayport Pirate and able to clear the zone or the Pirates. Puck brought back in by Poshak, trying to catch Bayport, trying to change lines. Far side. Poshak gets it to a player that wasn't quite ready for it. Crashing in for Notre Dame was Eberhardt. He wasn't ready for the pass to come to him, and he loses possession. Bayport's got to kill off another 35 seconds. A tripping call on Cano for Bayport. Notre Dame up the right side of wing, brings into the zone. They cross the blue. Stopped there by Ian Sellison. Sellison working, a sophomore. Mickish on the penalty kill. He's a sophomore for Bayport. Rentmeester gets it to the wing. Shot in front is going to be deflected before it ever reaches Nemi. I don't think it ever reached the goaltender. Brady trying to get out of the zone. He can't. Only as far as the half boards where it was kept in by Max McNeil. And now Bayport's able to send it down. Mickish, 3 seconds of kill off. We're going to go back to 5-on-5 hockey. 7:55. Clock's moving along here in the first period of play from Cornerstone. Bayport, Notre Dame, we skate 0-0. Cano on the wing, looking to dump one in front, looking for a one-timer backdoor to Sean Samuels as he crashed in from the half boards. And just unable to get to it as Xander Roberts plays out his stick and able to deflect it and keep it from reaching target. Behind net, Roberts moves from right post to left post. Notre Dame trying to play it up ice. Isaac Rentmeester flutters one to the center ice area. Be controlled momentarily by Quinn Kozarek. Pirates to try to bring it back in. Voss plays it. Cano sends one from just inside the center line. And that will be stopped by Xander Roberts, turned aside and handed off to a teammate. And Notre Dame with their black sweaters will play in from behind net. McEntee elects to go left as he gets pressure from his right. Plays it up the right side, trying to get it to Pockle. Up ice, stopped by Sam Komrosky of Bayport. Turned over, picked up by Ty Freilich for the Pirates. Freilich on the left side wing, dangles around, throws it in shot, and the left-hand glove save made by Xander Roberts. A tough angle from Freilich, but he got a wrister on target nonetheless. Pirates leading shots on goal 4-1, but all important, we sit 0-0, 6:54 left in the first.
10 minutes and 6 seconds into the game, and there's already been 6 minutes of penalties. Of course, nothing is going to be on the board for either teams. Only 7 face-offs this game so far as well. Both of these teams, you got to remember, they're wearing masks. They're going to be skating a lot. These guys are going to be tired after this first period. On dirty ice as well.
Face-off from Notre Dame zone. They're going to bring it up. Poshek looking for a centering pass, trying to go one-timer backdoor. Puck deflects in front and slapped aside by Sam Lyons. Poshek just loves to facilitate, and a good one at that. Going into the Christmas break, he had 131 career points. Put that in comparison, that's 90 more points than any Bayport skater.
Yeah.
Brendan's pretty good.
Well, he's the only skating, I qualify that, skating senior on the team. So the only other senior is the goaltender, Andy Roberts. But that's still an amazing statistic.
Notre Dame trying to bring it up ice. Little flip trying to get it, and a turnover. Callum Bunninger trying to poke free. Bryce Strand taking to the left. The wrister comes in. Kick left side pillow again. This time Nemi gives up the rebound once again. Pirates try to play it up ice. They can't clear the zone with Gilbertson. Down into the far side corner as Isaac Rentmeester for Notre Dame. Rentmeester trying to get to it. Pokes it up to Gilbertson. Plays it up ice out of the zone. Brady's going to watch it go down only as far as Notre Dame's blue line. And trying to catch Bayport in a bad line change. Bring the puck back in the zone is Voss. Trying to weave amongst defenders. Pirates poke check, jar him free from the bouncing biscuit. Picked back up by Sean Samuels. Left side wing brings it in the zone. Samuels now gives chase in the corner. He'll stop on a dime, looking to facilitate. Gets it to Carl Connell. Puck deflects off a couple of sticks. Gets it to the wing to Bryce Strand. Bryce dumps it back down to Connell. Flips one in behind for Sean Samuels. Centering pass, nobody home, except for the forehand of Rentmeester, but he can't clear the zone. Shot in by Komrosky and sticked aside as Komrosky had a look from the right wing. I don't think he realized he had quite as much time as he did, and Xander Roberts keeps us scoreless. Face off to his left, 5:06 first period.
We welcome in Michelle DeBush listening in, as well as Dennis Gladwell and Nate Rickle. So all the basketball coaches listening in to tonight's game.
Great to have you guys along on a Saturday night. Bayport Notre Dame doesn't get any better than this. Boys hockey on a Saturday night when these two teams hook up. High intensity as the official's going to have another face-off to the left of Roberts. Linesman going to say we have to hold our spots until the face-off is dropped. Hockey players never do. And next face-off will return to everybody crashing in like they normally do, which technically is against the rules, but if it's not going to be officiated fully ever, then they're just going to keep creeping in. Under 5 minutes to go in the first period. We are still 0-0 from Cornerstone. Bayport and Notre Dame. Another good matchup between these two. Puck turnover in front and a backhand attempt sent by Joseph Gerbitz. The sophomore turned aside by Nemi as he was right on the doorstep. Take a bad Bayport turnover. And the Pirates are fortunate to have it still 0-0. Strand from his own end, trying to flip one high just underneath the rafters. Jumps up to the center ice area. Arm is up for a penalty, and it's going to be touched by Notre Dame. And it's going to be a cross-checking penalty. That to be called on the road squad for tonight's contest. And Eberhardt to the box with 4:16 to go in the first. Pirates back to the 5-on-4.
12:44 into the period. Bryce Eberhardt, number 17, into the penalty for cross-checking. Or into the penalty box. Whew, it's been a while.
So Bayport's going to have a man up for 2 minutes. Xander Roberts face off to his right. Pirates win the draw. Brady at the point gets it near side to Elliot Mickish, who's doing a good job on the special teams, whether it be a man up or a man down, for the Pirates getting some ice time out there. Mickish on the wing. Gets pushed by Poshak into the near side corner. Puck by Brady. Gets it to Sean Samuels. Samuels to the right side wing to Elliot Mickish, and Elliot just simply loses the zone. Puck was bouncing to the blade of his stick, and he couldn't hold the line. And Bayport's going to have to re-clear. The first one in the zone has to be the puck and the guy with the puck. So in that instance, as soon as the puck clears the zone, everybody has to come back out or it's offsides. Tyler Brady, a low roller on the ice, keeps it low, and it'll be scooped up like a grounder by the goaltender Roberts and another face-off. 1:22, Bayport a man up, 3:38 to the end of the first.
You can see it, folks, but if Brady put a little bit more mustard on that, I think it would have been a little bit more difficult for Xander. There is Mickish. I almost said Austin Mickish.
You did.
I did say Austin Mickish. Had a nice little assist there. Poke out to him. Brady just didn't get enough oomph on it, and we remain 0-0.
Notre Dame wins the draw, able to clear the zone to the left. Bayport will re-go the last 3:25 of this first period from left to right across your radio dial, computer screen. However you watch with us tonight, listen in, if you may, as well.
Jonathan Piotrowski listening in says, "Let's go Pirates."
And Notre Dame able to clear the zone. If you don't get control of the puck, it's going to be tough sledding to be able to operate on the power play. Jay Rebar trying to go to Sam Lyons. Beautiful pass. Centering pass, drops it back. A little drop pass to Freilich. Left side wing to Bryce Strand. Get it back to Jay Rebar. Rebar back to Strand. Skate at the point. Rister comes in, deflected by multiple players. As a high stick could have been called on Bayport for touching it above the waist. Centering pass looking for for Gruber. That'll be deflected, and now Notre Dame, despite being down a man, is going to throw a shot in on goal. It'll miss wide to the far side corner. Picked up by Voss. Thrown in back on Nemi, and Bayport will gain control. They only have 10 more seconds, though, before we're back to even strength. Amy Burns out there listening, as well as the Engel family listening from Luxembourg. 2:15 to go in the zone. 5-on-5, we're back to full strength. Poshak from in behind net. Turnover. One-timer goes across the face of goal by Carl Cano. It hits the glove of Roberts, but it never made a beeline to go towards the back of the net. Brady drops it down near side to Sean Samuels. Kicks one low. Kick saved by Xander Roberts at the left leg. Puck in the corner with Sean Samuels. Again, we're still 5-on-5, 1:45. Clock moving here in the first. Looking to facilitate from behind is Carl Cano. And it'll be picked up by the Tritons, and now they have a break left side. They have numbers. Hunter Bill overskates it, skates to the point, throws in a wrister, misses everything entirely high, as he thought he had some pressure from behind. And actually, when he stopped, Hunter Bill actually had quite a bit of time if he would have squared up and slapped one. But instead, he misses on the turnaround shot. Puck sent up ice, deflected, so icing is going to be waved off by the officials. To left side of the ice we go, and 75 seconds until the first period comes to a close. In behind the cage, it bounces. Ian Selson trying to play it up for Bayport as he gets harassed in the far side corner. Forecheck strong for Notre Dame. Bayport plays it off the boards, only as far as Max McNeil, but that's to the neutral ice area. Picked up by Tyler Brady. Brady for Bayport. Tyler to the far side corner. He'll try to stop, get pushed up against the boards by McNeil. In behind net, be picked up by the Tritons. Trying to play it up ice, turnover. Elliot Mickish, he didn't play the puck there. I think Elliot could have kept it in the zone. Instead, it's turned over. Near side picked up by Kozarek. Kozarek rings it around the left corner, loses it. Tyler Brady plays it off the glass, and a little too far. And in that situation, you can't afford an icing there with just 31.8 seconds to go in the period, but that's what we have anyways. An icing, face off to left of Marcus Nemi. Late period goals, Ross, can be backbreakers. And now if you're Notre Dame, you want to make the Pirates pay for icing it late.
Notre Dame with only 2 shots on goal. However, they've had many different attempts.
Yep, a shot on goal has to be something that would have gone in. So if you shoot it and it gets blocked by a defenseman and never reaches the netminder, well, then it's not going to count as a shot on goal. Rentmeester jarred from the puck. Carl Connell flips it up to the neutral ice area. 15 seconds left in the first. Backhand pass, McEntee back to Rentmeester. Isaac skates for the faceoff shot, throws it in front, kind of handcuffs and knuckleballing on Nemi. He'll make the save, putt to the blue line, whiffs by Kazarek. 3 seconds left in the period. Voss from center ice area is going to be blocked aside, never was going to make it anyways. And we have reached the end of the first period, and we are tied at 0.
Chris, isn't this what you expect?
Yeah.
And this was that was a beautiful period of hockey. Yeah, 8 of the 17 minutes were on the power play. No overlapping power plays, so it's literally almost exactly half of it that was under power play, but both of these teams played great defense. Both of these teams had great chances. It is exactly what you're looking for when you want to play hockey. I can't imagine what this second period and what these guys are going through. 17 minutes in, they only had, I think it was a total of 11 face-offs. So, I mean, you didn't even get a lot of breaks. You had to do a lot of line changes. We're going to see what the second period looks like. But if we look at what the statistics say, third periods are where Bayport excels. Notre Dame is just good in every single period. We'll talk about that more in a little bit, though.
So we will watch the sponsor magazine that normally when you come to the game you can pick up the Bayport hockey program. You don't have that, so able to add that in for you. So if you want to check out who's been able to be a part of the broadcast, just the program in general, who supports Bayport hockey throughout the season. So feel free to watch that on the screen, and then we'll step aside for a couple of minutes and we will return for period number 2. First intermission, we have no score from Cornerstone, 0-0. Listen to Bayport Pirate Hockey.
Let me ask you something. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Thought about it? Good. See where North Shore Bank wants to see you. Taking the trip you've been dreaming of, or upgrading your ride, or even refreshing your kitchen. Wherever you see yourself, they want to help you get there. That's because with their low 3.5% APR 10-year home loan, North Shore Bank can help you pay down your mortgage sooner. And with no mortgage payments, that means you'll have a lot more money to spend on the things you want to do rather than the things you need to do. Become mortgage-free today at NorthshoreBank.com. Hurry, apply by November 30th, 2017. Visit NorthshoreBank.com or call 877-773-7825 for details. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jeff Deacon, Shore West Realtors, is your Howard Swamico real estate agent. Whether you're buying your first house or downsizing, Jeff has over 19 years of experience and can help find your dream home. Call Jeff at 606-3333 or visit jeffdeacon.shorewest.com. Jeff Deacon, Shore West Realtors, your local real estate expert.
Hey, let's be honest. You know how it is. If you're a sports fan, there is no such thing as too much sports information. Well, that's just one of the reasons to follow Voice of BP on Twitter. We're talking live tweeting every Bayport broadcast. And don't stop there. Like us on Facebook, because when it comes to Pirate sports, the more ways to get it, the better.
Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill. Zesty's, serving up a full food and frozen custard menu. Now open right across from Bayport High School at 2639 Lineville Road. Offering a different flavor of the day, each day 11 until 9. Try their weekly special baskets, or enjoy some of Zesty's awesome, fresh, frozen custard. Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill, the finest frozen custard in town.
Is your website meeting your business needs? Time for a refresh? Reach out to Just J Creative, providing web design, SEO optimization, social media strategy, and brand development solutions. Just J has proudly partnered with local small businesses and nonprofits on their success journeys. Reach out to Jessica Jakes, owner and designer at justjcreative.com to get started.
Do you have any questions or comments? Get involved with the game. Tweet your questions and send your comments to Bayport Radio on Twitter at Voice of BP.
We are scoreless through one period of play from Cornerstone. 0-0 our score. And Pirates lead in shots, but none have reached the back of that. And Ross will take us through the first period stats.
Not many stats, as you said, about goals. However, there were 4 penalties in the period, 2 on both teams. We start out with Bayport, 53 seconds in, a roughing penalty on number 41, Ty Freilich. 3 minutes and 4 seconds into the period. Tripping call on number 21, Nick Voss. Then 7 minutes into the period, a tripping call on number 10, Carl Cano. And then number 17, Bryce Herbert at 12:44 with the cross-checking. So that's really it for the wonderful breakdown of the period. There were a total of 9 face-offs, 6 of them going to Notre Dame, 3 to Bayport. So even though shots on goal, 7-3, really this game is about as equal as it possibly can be. As I was saying as we were headed to break, these two teams, however, if you look at the second period, the middle period, the one that really talks about what your team kind of is, because you've both kind of figured it out in the first, the second period, Notre Dame has scored about 18 goals, while Bayport has only scored 6. The period of winning for Bayport, they have scored, I believe, 18 goals just in the third period. So
you believe, or that's what the stat is?
I think so. I don't have it right.
Oh, you didn't write it down?
I didn't. I got got it all up in this noggin.
Come on. Steel trap, I'm sure.
Steel trap.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to go look that up and going to tell us on one of these wonderful social medias. But we do appreciate everybody that is on social media. Facebook, YouTube. You can listen on newsportsradio.com. Anywhere and everywhere there is availability for you to be able to listen and watch these games. I think it's amazing where this has come from. One of our first games where Chris is hooked up to a computer and all he has is his headset from an Xbox, to today he's got video, he's got overlays with what you can see score-wise, everything like that, to just the sound quality that you have. You have no idea how lucky you are, Bayport fans, and what Voice of BP brings to you.
Yeah, we've been fortunate tonight to have a little extra with you. Join Tim and Joey, Tim Nemi, who is manning the camera here and able to help us with the video feed that we're plugged into, and Joey Bonadonna, who is actually a Notre Dame student who has been involved with the broadcast there and looking to get more into basically what we've had Preston and Doug in the last few years. Joey's breaking into doing that at Notre Dame, and he is producing everything tonight. So if he wants to mute us, he can mute us. If he wants to put something on the screen, I can't see the screen from here, so that's all on Joey. So
Joey, feel free to mute me anytime. I don't really know what I'm talking about. So.
And he can't even hear us right now, so that's all right.
That's actually a good thing. Most people don't want to hear me.
So we wait for the last 90 seconds for things.
I'll be honest, I can't ever remember is it people that don't want to hear me or don't want to see me, but I know that I have a face for radio.
Yeah. I think it was for sure the site.
Right.
Again, feel free to tweet the booth. We'd love to hear where you might be listening from. Now we have Madeline Tingley listening in, amongst others, so get in touch with us. Amy Mickish listening in with Austin, so now I don't know if Austin takes it tougher on you being a former student.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, you look at the names of Bayport. I've been teaching, this is my 9th year at Bayport High School, but I mean, this is the first time I've been back in the rink for 2.5 years. And there's so many names I recognize, but you then go to the first name and I'm like, oh, not who I thought it was.
Actually, the last time Bayport outright beat Notre Dame was when Austin Mickish postseason game, Austin. When you knocked off the 1 seed Tritons rather, on the way to state for the only time in school history. There were 2 forfeits the next year when Notre Dame had to forfeit their entire regular season. After those 2, Notre Dame has actually won the last 7 straight against Bayport. Some of them have been tight. Some of them have been not so close.
Yeah, last year, you can look at it. Notre Dame outscored us 16-3 in the 3 games that we played them. So not so tight there. However, tonight seems like it's going to be a different story, and we're going to find out what this second period has in store for us.
Roberts to the left, Grandpa and Grandma Newton, and watching from Chippewa Falls, their grandson, Marcus Nemi, in net to the right. We'll start the second period on rink number 1. On Hunter Bill, try to play one up to Brendan Poshak, and an offsides call is going to be delayed offside, so Bayport is going to be able to gain control of the puck and flip it down to the Notre Dame end. Long exchange this period, your defensive zone, where you change to a bad turnover by Notre Dame. Pirates trying to crash in front. Voss near side post, trying to jam it by, and Xander Roberts is going to cover the post heavily. And then the net will come free after Bayport just simply keeps jamming at it. And it will come and force a stoppage. 28 seconds into the second period. Lynn, obviously Marcus's mother, listening in. Tanya and Zach watching in Howard. Great to have the entire Nemi and Newton family listening in as always. Pirates left side wing with Tyler Brady. Off a drop pass from Sam Lyons. Played in behind net. Jay Rebar trying to get to it. Rebar skates to the far side corner. Drops one down to the near side now. Back to Sam Lyons. Maybe Bayport's top line on the season scoring-wise is this Freilich, Lyons, and Rebar line. Puck in behind net will be picked up by Bryce Dahl, defenseman for Notre Dame, trying to play it up ice. Kept in by Freilich. Turnover picked up by Sam Lyons. Lyons will lose it. Nice poke check away and picked up by Voss for the Tritons. Rentmeester right side gets it to Gerber. Rister comes in and it misses over the shoulder and over the crossbar of Nemi. As Brendan Gruber had a look at it, but misses over entirely on everything. Puck rings around back to the neutralized area. It'll be picked up by Max McNeil of Notre Dame.
That's one of those ones, that Gruber shot, not a shot on goal that you're going to see on the statistics. However, it's something that if it's 3 inches lower, it's in the net.
Puck played in the neutralized area. Tyler Brady sends one on the backhand, trying to get it back down to Michael McEntee. Stops it for Notre Dame. McEntee a little shove in the back. Plays it up to Quinn Kazarek, or at least tried to. A little too far for Quinn. Bayport looking for a stretch pass. And the puck gets patted back and forth between 2 teams through the neutralized area. Gilbertson crashes down on Xander Roberts, and he's going to hold the puck in front of him in a face-off to his right. 15:08 to go in period number 2. We still sit with a couple of donuts on the scoreboard, 0-0.
Chris, you want to know what upsets me, and this is a really stupid little thing?
Oh, boy.
The bottles for the goalies, now they have little bottle holders on the back, so you can't shoot
you
it
can't
up
pop them off.
Yep, it upsets me. It hurts me. I'm hurt. It's a nice little invention. Whoever invented it hopefully is making millions of dollars, or at least $10, but it hurts. It's always the fun thing of
Martin
popping
Suga knock off the water bottle.
Yep.
Icing on Notre Dame 2 minutes even into the period. Mike Frieder said he's watching hockey while watching a movie. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess it's The Notebook.
Oh, that'd be cute. Him and his wife cuddling next
I think
to the
it's
fire?
him and Brett and Ryan.
Oh, cuddling next to the
I don't think
fire.
Sheila's home.
Are they all socially distancing, you think, though?
With a notebook on? I don't know. Face off to left of Roberts. Draw one by Notre Dame. They've controlled the face-offs. It hasn't been exactly a blowout in face-offs, but Notre Dame has taken a majority of them. Rister comes in, and it's going to be off the stick of Sam Komrosky. As Budinger just had simply a run right down the pipe, but Komrosky with getting wood on it, never allowed it to reach target. They put out to the neutralized area only as far as Pockel. Sends it around the corners on the half boards with Gruber. Plays it in behind net. Off the boards, Carl Cano trying to chip it to a teammate. He gets it to Voss. Plays it up to Sean Samuels. Samuels trying to flip it off the glass and around a player. And in doing so, the stick actually directs the puck into the netting that's just over the glass. Keeping us safe up here, of course. And that is going to result in a neutral zone center ice face-off.
You know, they put net all the way around this. I remember back when I was in college, I went to UW Stout, and St. Norbert's used to play Stout all the time, and they didn't have netting around here. And you really had to pay attention. Thank God they put it up now.
Well, you go to the game, shouldn't sit on your phone all the time.
True that.
Well, back then when you were in college, I don't know if they had phones.
Right. Rotary phones.
Bringing that in the pocket.
I sat on that a lot.
Notre Dame into the Bayport zone. Pirates stripped to the puck. Sam Lyons on the back end trying to get out to Ty Fralick. Max McNeil waiting on the forecheck. Bounces one in on Nemi. He'll turn it aside to the far side corner. Isaac Rentmeester the first one to get to it. 26-27. Rentmeester to Gruber. Rentmeester gets it to the right side of wing. Rister comes in from McEntee, just trying to get a deflection on it. It actually gets deflected by Bayport off target from Sam Lyons. Played off the board, McEntee. Slap shot comes in. This one's going to be off of the stick of the goaltender Nemi, then off the crossbar. Play continues as Rister comes in from Voss of Notre Dame and misses into the netting. But a fortunate hop for Bayport as Nemi got wood on it. Then you could hear the ting of the pipe, and we remain 0-0.
So I hate to keep qualifying this. This is a shot because it did hit Nemi.
Not a shot on goal.
It is because it hit Nemi.
Correct,
If it would have just hit the post, though, it wouldn't have been a shot. I know it's strange, but it has to be something that would actually go into net.
There's also a difference between shots. They do keep the shots stat versus shots on goal as well.
Shots
Not in
are
high
more
school.
For forwards and defensemen
yeah,
and things like
in
that.
high school they don't keep those stats as much. At the collegiate and professional levels they do. Puck in the far side corner, bouncing around, picked up, trying to play it from corner to corner. Bryce Strand crashing down from his defenseman position, gets it on the half boards, pushes free. Gilbertson plays it back to Strand. Bryce plays into the corner. Sean Samuels going to try to dig it out. Goes a little too far though, rolls into the far side. McEntee trying to play it for Notre Dame. Michael out of the far side corner. Poke checked away from him. It takes a couple of Pirates to jar him free from it. Bouncing biscuit with Gilbertson. Trying to play it off the boards, gets to Komrosky, centering pass. Komrosky throws it in front. Kano trying to follow up. Not able to reach net. Back out to Carl, into the near side half boards. Looking for Stahl. Or rather, Strand. Puck played up into the corner, Notre Dame. And we're going to have the net come free. And a face-off next to Marcus Nemi, as I'm not sure if that came free from Marcus or a Pirate defenseman ringing around the net. But nevertheless, we'll have a stoppage. 12:14 to go in period number 2. Bayport leads shots on goal 10-5, but we have no score.
And after 8 minutes of penalties in the first 14 minutes, there's been no penalties now in the last about 7 or 8 minutes now.
Bill trying to play one down on the far side. Poshak looking for Bill as he crosses through it, just out of reach. McNeil dumps it into the corner. Budinger in behind net. Poshak trying to set up post in front of the crease. Tyler Brady trying to poke it free. Poshak, a little stick lift in front of him. Pick back on the far side, Kellen Budinger. Gets it to McNeil at the point, holds his own, just barely shot in front, and Nemi sees it the entire way. A slight subtle slide to his left, glove save by Marcus, and a face off to his left, 11:48.
Now Notre Dame starting to put their heel down just a little bit, and they're trying to get it on that Pirate throat, but Pirates are going to hold on as much as they possibly can here.
Still no score from Cornerstone, Bayport, and Notre Dame. Chris Ross, Joey, and Tim with you on a Saturday night. Hunter Bill loses it into the far side. Near official almost loses it to the near side.
Ref almost forgot that ice is slippery.
I think we've gotten the ice is slippery into every single broadcast this year. Pirates able to kick it out of the zone and clear it. Picked up by Sam Lyons from Bayport. 3-on-3 to left side. Help is going to come. Lyons throws it off. A defenseman off the back stick of Bryce Dahl, number 12. I had to check myself with the name. I was going to say Josh DeLang, who is now an alum of Notre Dame.
Otherwise, it would have been awkward.
Yeah, well, this is my 17th Bayport Notre Dame game that I've been fortunate to call. I could tell you the numbers of so many of both players. I know Notre Dame as well as any team, including Bayport, over the last few years.
That's cute, Chris. That's cute.
Pirates play one through the zone. Nobody home, and it'll be Poshak with a head of steam. Komorowski trying to wiggle around. Poshak looking for a drop pass. Far side gets it. Drop to Gruber, and Brendan's going to have his stick clash. No one's able to commit with a shot there. Puck played to McEntee on the right side wing. He'll drop it back in behind on the corner. Rings around from right to left, or at least try to. Stopped by Bayport, takes a hop. Ty Fralick then out to neutralize. In Notre Dame with Voss. Turnover, Bayport, Voss to Voss. Pirates trying to cherry pick with Carl Cano on the left side. Carl keeps calling for a pass, looking for a blue to blue. Centering pass, wrister comes from Voss, and it's going to be stopped by Komorowski. Bayport sophomore defenseman got in front of the Notre Dame Triton freshman forward, and that's going to stay off ice. Official goes down for us again. Gruber centering pass in front, and it's going to be deflected right past Nemi, and a goal for the Tritons. As Nemi wasn't sure if it was going to stay low, it gets deflected anyways. And a goal for the Tritons. We have broken a scoreless tie at 9:58 in the second period.
Yeah, Gruber, one call, that's all. Gets the goal there as he puts it in the back of the net. 7:02 into the second period. You knew that as it was happening, you could see it on the screen, right? Notre Dame had all of the pressure probably the last 5 or 6 minutes. Bayport was just struggling to get it into the Notre Dame zone. And at the end, Notre Dame finally puts it in the back of the net.
Gruber with the goal. And they're going to say it was not deflect, but the bouncing puck over Nemi on his right. And he can't stop it. And the Tritons, they lead it 1-0.
7:02 into the period. Scoring his 10th goal of the year, 18th point. Brendan Gruber, 7:02 into the second period, unassisted.
Rebound near side. Oh, Marcus Nemi's going to see it. Sticks clashed. The puck bounced in the air. And the race to the puck was on, and Notre Dame won that race. But because the puck was bouncing and it wasn't solid on the ice surface, Nemi was able to get a shot at him that did not have much oomph on it, and he's able to make the save.
Nemi's still got to do a little bit more of that windmill, right? Got to get that over-exaggeration of the arms flying up towards his head.
Sometimes you got to make it look glorious, right?
Comes a little bit further into college, I think, right? We'll ask Sean Engel sometime when we see him.
Hey, Sean's listening now. Joined the rest of the family.
Let us know.
Bayport and Notre Dame from Cornerstone. 1-0 Tritons, they have the lead. And a pass, a little shuffleboard up for Jay Rebar a little too far. Rebar trying to harass McEntee. Michael keeps possession. Dumps it for Pockle. Pockle up to Poshak, and Brennan plays into Hunter Bill a little too far. Picked up by Bryce Strand of Bayport. Strand trying to clear the zone, held in by Poshak. Father Brian listening in. There's the Poshak family. Notre Dame stretch pass up to Poshak. Brendan. Be stopped by Komorowski. Sent back in by Isaac Rentmeester, only as far as Sam once again. Digging at it, be Lyons trying to get it to Sean Samuels. All delayed offsides by Sean, so he's going to have to retouch up. Notre Dame looking for a stretch pass. That's not there. Pockle trying to play one through to Gruber. Gruber just had the goal for Notre Dame. Looking for a blind pass left side. 27 and 26 trying to hook up again. And this one gets shut down, but in the zone for Notre Dame. Isaac Rentmeester. Arm is up for a penalty. And it looks like it's going to be called on Bayport. Touched far side by Sam Lyons. And Notre Dame with the lead is going to go on. And is it going to be a hook? Nope, cross check will be the call on Bayport. 8:01 left in period number 2. And Sean Samuels of Bayport will be to the box.
Sean Samuels on the cross check, 8:59 into the period. Pirates really got to put this together now on the penalty kill. They they were 80% on penalty kills coming into this game. They've killed 2 so far. Got to do it once more. 2-0, although a good score to come back from, or a little bit better. Still going to be a little bit nerve-wracking if you get on 2-0 here in the second.
Tritons on the power play at the point. Brendan Poshak plays it left side wing. Pocket control with McEntee, the defenseman. Poshak, nobody steps in front of him. Wrister to the roof, just underneath the crossbar. And Brendan Poshak with a goal for Notre Dame, and it will be 2-0 Tritons, just like that. You saw nobody stepped up right in front of him. He took it, they replaced. He took it from the left wing, skated to the right wing, took it to the half boards, skated into the faceoff dot. Nobody stepped up in front of him, and that's too easy of a shot for the player that caliber.
Correct. That's that senior mentality, right? A lot of guys, a lot of high school players at that point are looking for the pass, not the shot. And Poshak, being as confident as he is, you can see it after he scored the goal. He knew that he had to do it.
2-0 Tritons now. They have the lead. Puck with 7.5 minutes to go in the second period.
Yeah, that power play goal scored by Brendan Poshak, unassisted, 9:20 into the second period.
In behind net. Pirates give up the power play goal. Now they're going to have to dig down 2. Shot comes in front, deflected. Xander Roberts at the top of the crease. Mick is trying to turn around and fire a shot. Not going to reach his stick and not able to get anything on it. Shot comes in, kick save, right leg of Roberts again. Again, Bayport trying to play one as a player crashes through the slot. Deflected up by Notre Dame all the way down to the Bayport zone. And Sam Komorowski is going to flutter one up ice. Plays him down to Sean Samuels, and icing's going to be waved off. Sean's going to get to it first. Near side corner, looking to facilitate. Gets it to Carl Cano. Top of the faceoff dot. He'll throw it in front. Stopped by Roberts, and it's going to go off of his stick that was between his 2 leg pads. The sky-high deflection straight into the rafters. And we'll have a stoppage. We can welcome in the Krings checking in from Florida. Look at that.
I miss the Krings.
Skylar and Scott listening in while they're following the Janesville Jets. That would be Spencer tonight.
Also Chip Matheny listening in, Jennifer Sovey, and my good friend Tom Hubin from Texas.
Tritons leading 2-0. Shots on goal recorded right now for us. Again, unofficial. 12-9 in favor of Bayport, but they have not scored a goal yet. Notre Dame scored twice. Sean Samuels now trying to take a turnover right across from Michael McEntee, and he'll dump it in behind net. Pock will chase it, drop it back to McEntee. Playing up ice for Voss. Chipped off of his stick. Voss to center nice to Carl Cano. Brings one in the zone. Carl with a wrister. That's going to get deflected by a defenseman and just roll and dribble in on net. And Roberts is able to make a save again. Puck sent in front. Voss has a stick tied up. Get it Tyler Brady. Throws it in front. Kicked in by Jay Rebar. It's going to be saved again by Xander. Roberts keeping the shutout going as Bayport's been throwing a barrage of shots. Icing the call at 5:43. And Bayport's going to have a face-off next to Xander Roberts again. As now Bayport trying to continue some pressure.
Now Bayport's putting on the pressure. They're flipping that ice, tilting it back onto the Notre Dame side, trying to keep that puck over there. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Bayport set something up behind the goal, try to facilitate out front on this faceoff.
2-0 Triton lead, 5:43 to go in period number 2. Tritons with both goals here in the second. Tim Gilbertson listening along on a Saturday night with Brady out there on ice tonight. Puck played up, trying to get it to Hunter Bill. He'll race to it, throws one in front. Nemi gives up the rebound, deflected in, and it's going to be a goal for Notre Dame as Nemi made the save.
Poshak with the goal.
The puck deflected in the air. Nemi looked left and right, and he couldn't find the puck. Trailing the play was Brendan Poshak, and he's going to have his second of the night on a rebound. when nobody could locate it except for the senior forward.
At 11:43 into the period, scored by Poshek, assisted by number 11, Hunter Bill. Hunter Bill with his 21st point. Poshek with his, where'd it go? 9th goal and 18th point of the season. 3-0 now, Notre Dame.
Puck in the far side corner. Tritons trying to tack in another, throwing in front. Nemi's going to make the glove save, but can't keep it in his glove. Deflects off. Bouncing puck. A couple of 21s going after it. Those are the Voss brothers. One for Bayport, one for Notre Dame. Puck sent in behind Xander Roberts. Xander's going to play it off the backboards and play it to a teammate, looking to get it to Pockel. Up to Voss. Play it to the neutralized area, where he finds Brendan Gruber on a sprint in. Gruber to the corner. Sam Komrosky played up. Pockel loses it. A big hit from Voss. He extended the arms. He's going to have to settle down now. You don't want to get chippy at this point. You're already down 3. Voss very well could have been called for something there from Bayport. Puck in the corner. Chase it down to be Isaac Rentmeester. In behind net, Bryce Eberhardt loses it. Ian Selson trying to play it up for the Pirates. He can't get it out of the zone. Puck sent in. Sliding to his right is Nemi to make a save again. Puck's going to deflect in again. Pirate defensemen are not helping out their goaltender in the least right now. McNeil on the right side wing. Jumps it down to the half boards. Shot from Kazarek is going to be slapped up against stick-to-stick collision. Bayport's going to send it off the boards down the length of the ice for an icing call, as we are going to have a face-off next to Nemi again to his left. He is not getting much help whatsoever. Notre Dame's just trickling in pucks in front from every which direction.
He is not getting help, and you can see that Notre Dame, this is where that, not playing for 2 weeks is starting to kind of creep in. The rust or the inability of the Pirates to get that puck out and start doing things with it is really starting to show.
McNeil trying to play into a teammate, gets it, and it's going to be up to Jay Rebar, steal it away. Right side of wing, Rebar trying to dance around, throws it in front, left side post, and stopped down by Rabbit. One-timer, that misses out to Strand, throw in front, and another stop. This one's going to be gloved by Xander Roberts. The Pirates, with Jay Rebar, able to deke around and skate in on one, rebound given up. Then a one-time pass in front that misses over the stick of Freilich, out to Bryce Strand. And Strand, by the time he got around to the wrister, didn't have much on it.
As we have a penalty tripping on Notre Dame. What is it? 13:33 into the period. 13:33 into the period. Number 5, George Weed, with the penalty. As the Pirates go on to the power play.
Face off to the right of Roberts as Weed into the box. 3:19 to go in period number 2.
This is the chance. Bayport needs to put a goal in here before the end of the period. Just to try and get some momentum going into that third. Clean off the ice, get it back tilted your way. Third period, like I've said so many times so far tonight, is usually Bayport's period so far this season.
You don't want to dig too far of a hole, and right now Bayport is in a big hole, a 3 spot. Rebar left side to lines as the Pirates try to bring it up ice. Sam, his stick lifted. In between the rings, bouncing puck. Ty Freilich can get to it, carried to the far side half boards, lose it off of his stick on his own, and trying to chase it back down. McEntee for Notre Dame. Michael shoving down Komrosky. Slap shot, only going to get as far as a teammate, but then Buttinger going to make sure that he can get out of the zone. Bayport for a long stretch pass on a terrible change by Notre Dame, brings it in. Voss, wrister is going to be given up a rebound by Roberts, and it was Voss and the goaltender, and he couldn't send it by. Power play continues. Rebar looking for a backdoor to Voss. That's not there. Kano on the left wing. He's going to skate to the face-off dot. Wrister comes high, knocks off the water bottle, and a Carl Kano goal. This one on the power play. And Bayport climbs within 2, their first goal of the night.
That was big. That's what, if you're a Pirate fan, that's what you needed. You needed that goal before the end of this period to come back and give yourself one chance to be able to put yourself back into it.
(3-1) with 2:19 to go in the second.
Goal scored by Carl Cano, his 11th point of the season, his third goal. As the Pirates keep out the same line that just scored.
I was talking to Carl's parents just before this. Official pronunciation of his last name of C-A-N-O is Cano. I get corrected all the time, but I've had many conversations with his father. His father actually has worked some of the home games on the scoreboard with the public address announcer from Bayport, and Bayport's PA pronounces it incorrectly still. I said, what's up with that? He's like, yeah, I know.
I've never actually not said Cano to it.
It's Cano.
Okay.
But they keep saying Cano or Cano. It's Cano.
I've had Carl as a freshman. Carl is one of those great kids. You see him in the hallway all the time, always has a smile, always willing to say hi to everybody. What Bayport always needs is those types of kids.
Bill push up against the glass, puck with Alex Voss in behind, and they're going to say that it was a hold and carry on Bayport here, I believe. 1:24 left in the second period.
Yeah, 14:41 into the period. Bayport finally puts the puck in the back of the net. Scored by Carl Cano, unassisted. Had 4 goals, Chris, and 3 of them are unassisted. Not sure if that's actually what's happening or if we just sometimes miss who's getting the pass in. Unassisted is easy, though. I like that.
Officials going to go talk to the Notre Dame bench about something. Not sure if we are out of pucks.
Yep, and they're going to tape one together, it looks like. No, I'm just kidding.
Taping something.
I think one of the refs got a cut on his finger or something. Looks like they're taping his hand at some point. This is actually a good thing. Get both of these teams a little bit of a break. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. Wearing a mask, I know both teams have to do it, but I can't imagine doing some type of physical activity in general, but then you put a mask on me and it gets even more.
Tyfrelic looking for a one-timer in front, trying to hook up with Jay Rebar, and he can't send it home, misses wide on the right. Rebar carries it on the face-off dot. Looking for a backhand to Bryce Strand. Now he gets it forehand. Strand on the left side. Skates to the face-off dot, throws one in front, misses wide. Roberts couldn't glove it. And we are down to last minute of the period. And we'll have a face-off. 55.2 left in the second.
Pirates have been putting it on pretty thick the last 3 or 4 minutes as they've been keeping it in that Notre Dame zone, but we saw it already with that third goal. Notre Dame can break out. The crazy thing about hockey, unlike a lot of other sports, is you can score in a flip of a switch because it's really your offense and defense at the same time.
Budinger to bring in the zone, left side wing, gets poke check from behind, Ian Selson trying to play with it. Just gets lifted by Hunter Bill, trying to left one, and a face mask save by Nemi as he closed down the angle and leaned forward. Perfect technique there. Puck trying to be thrown in by Poshak, and he'll push down Bryce Strand in behind net. Near side corner, puck carries. 27 seconds left in the period. McEntee on the right side wing. Parts with Sean Samuels. He lays out to block a shot, but nothing went off. He's out of position. We skate 5-on-5. 15 seconds left in period number 2. At the point, Rooster comes in. Rebound given up by Nemi. Shut the near side door, and the puck is going to go to the net, but the net came free first as Budinger tried to get the rebound goal. That got stopped. Then Poshak sent it by, but when Nemi gave up the rebound, he dove forward and accidentally kicked the net free, and that's going to be a saving grace here. It keeps it at 3-1.
Keyword is accidentally, right, Chris? Because if the goalie kicks it off and he does it on purpose, it's a delay of game. Nemi may have known exactly what he was doing, but he knew that post wasn't there, or he thought that post wasn't there, and he kicked it, and it came off just before the puck went in the back of the net.
Yeah, Marcus could help himself out a little bit and not giving up the rebounds, but Bayport is not clearing pucks to the sides well at all, and the period's going to come to a close here.
You see defensemen lose pucks in the middle of their zone, and that's the end of it, right? Especially against a team like Notre Dame. I saw Sellison do it once, right in the middle, right between the two dots. Fortunately, he lost the puck, and Nemi had to stand on his head to be able to save that first one.
We'll step aside and take a break as we are at the second intermission. 3-1 your score. Notre Dame has the lead over Bayport. You listen to Bayport Pirate Hockey.
You're listening to Bayport Pirates Sports on NEW Sports Radio at newsportsradio.com.
Jeff Deacon, Shore West Realtors, is your Howard Swamico real estate agent. Whether you're buying your first house or downsizing, Jeff has over 19 years of experience and can help find your dream home. Call Jeff at 606-3333 or visit jeffdeacon.shorewest.com. Jeff Deacon, Shore West Realtors, your local real estate expert.
Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill. Zesty's, serving up a full food and frozen custard menu. Now open right across from Bayport High School at 2639 Lineville Road. Offering a different flavor of the day, each day 11 until 9. Try their weekly special baskets or enjoy some of Zesty's awesome, fresh, frozen custard. Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill, the finest frozen custard in town.
At North Shore Bank, we think you should be able to invest in whatever you like. That's why we offer low rates on a home equity line of credit, so that you can use the money from your home on whatever you choose. You can choose to take your kitchen from cringeworthy to chef-worthy. Or you can choose to take your credit card from making payments to paid in full. Or you can choose to help your baby get ready for college, even if you're not. The choice is yours. And if you're not sure if a home equity line of credit is right for you, come discuss your options at your nearest branch. North Shore Bank, the bank of you, and whatever you choose to spend your money on. Learn more about our home equity line of credit rates and start your application online. Visit northshorebank.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you have any questions or comments? Get involved with the game. Tweet your questions and send your comments to Bayport Radio on Twitter at Voice of BP.
Is your website meeting your business needs? Time for a refresh? Reach out to Just J Creative, providing web design, SEO optimization, social media strategy, and brand development solutions. Just J has proudly partnered with local small businesses and nonprofits on their success journeys. Reach out to Jessica Jakes, owner and designer at justjcreative.com to get started.
Hey, let's be honest. You know how it is. If you're a sports fan, there is no such thing as too much sports information. Well, that's just one of the reasons to follow Voice of BP on Twitter. We're talking live tweeting every Bayport broadcast. And don't stop there. Like us on Facebook, because when it comes to Pirate sports, the more ways to get it, the better.
Intermission number 2 from Cornerstone as we are at 3-1. Tritons leading the Pirates. Chris Ross, Joey, and Tim from rink number 1 at Cornerstone.
Yeah, we go from no action in the first period to 4 goals and a lot of high-pitched Chris, if you know what I mean, because when Chris gets excited, he gets a little bit higher pitch. First of all, listening in from Black River Falls is Thomas Connibill and Judy Hunter. Welcome in, welcome in. Goals, we'll start with the goals for the period. 3 of them right off the bat for Notre Dame in the first one scored by Brendan Gruber at 7:02 into the period, his 18th point, 10th goal. 9:02 then into the period on a power play, scored by number 13, Brendan Poshek, his 8th goal, 17th point. And then at 11:43 for Notre Dame, scored by Poshek again, assisted by number 11, Hunter Bill, 21st point for Hunter Bill. And the 18th point for Brendan Poshek, 9th goal. Finally, the Pirates put a puck in the back of the net, 14:41 into the period, unassisted by Carl Cano. Just did something that I wasn't going to do.
No, it's Cano.
Yeah,
you had it right.
And then that was 14:41. Just the 2 penalties of this period at 9:59, tripping on, I did not write that down correctly. Looks like it was, I believe it was on Voss. And then at 13:33, another tripping call on number 5, George Weed. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. George Weed had a brother, correct? That was...
He had a couple brothers, I think.
He has a couple brothers.
He had,
I guess we could guess that he might have 1, 2, 4, 6 brothers. We don't really.
His mom used to be the school nurse at Bayport.
Correct. That's why I'm trying to
Charlie and...
Thank you. Charlie Weed is who I'm thinking of.
I think there was 2 brothers.
Okay.
Charlie for sure played hockey.
Correct.
Maybe it was just 2 brothers.
That would make sense because George is a junior, so you probably have overlapped with those 2.
Sure.
A little bit as well.
I don't think it was overlap. I think it was one right after the other. But
sure.
Yeah, mom was the Bayport school nurse.
I know Charlie was very, very good at hockey. I remember calling his number and his name quite often in those games against the Mickishes and Shawls of the day. So, like I said, it's been 2.5 years since I've been on radio. However, you look at the names and a lot of them, the last names are names that I remember. And that's what hockey is. It's really a family sport. Once one of the kids are in it, the other one wants to do it, and you just kind of keep building. And that's what both Notre Dame and Bayport have done. They've built programs. They build them from a long time ago. They start when they're young, and that's what really helps is you go find those kids and you go bring them in, and you have them come to your school and all those things, and you build a program from the bottom up. We talked about it before, at least I've said it enough times. Bayport scored 18 goals and only had 6 goals against them in the third period. Notre Dame, I think, has scored 18 goals as well and had, I believe it was 6 goals against them as well. So this is a pretty even matchup of this third period. But we're going to test who is actually taking this, well, for the Pirates, who's these last 2 weeks and how well they've trained, and for Notre Dame, how well they've taken their short break from last Wednesday to today. About 8 seconds left until we start to drop the puck. Dropping the puck or taking the faceoff for the Pirates, number 21, Alex Voss, and for Notre Dame, number 19, Callan Buttinger.
Nemi left, Roberts right. Let's start third period. 17 minutes on the clock. How long is it going to take Bayport to be able to get that pressure back that they were putting on the last 6-7 minutes of the second period? Hunter Bill to bring it into the zone. Puck into the near side corner for Notre Dame, and Pirates will chip it up to the neutral ice area. It'll be controlled by Notre Dame. Bayport with Sean Samuels trying to fling it down into the end. Roberts will come out on net, and watch it go behind him where Michael McEntee stretch pass up. Bill will touch it, and back to Sellison, and he'll play it up for Bayport. Sellison up to Voss. Alex Voss, near side faceoff dot, looking to throw it across the face of goal, and it will be deflected off of a stick of a defenseman. Not reach the stick of Bayport's crash it in Carl Cano, and Notre Dame to bring it back in now with Hunter Bill. Tyler Brady. Stretch pass. Gets it up to Ty Frelick. Frelick trying to go with the defender on his hip. Backhand near side post. He misses it. Not able to get it on target. In the very least, just hoping that you can get one in on Roberts and force him to have to play one. But Frelick did all he could with a head of steam and pressured on his left hip. And it's Nick Voss for Notre Dame in the far side corner. Shuffling one away, but stolen off of his stick by Ty Frelick. Ty brings in a right face off, and 77 was in too early. Jay Rebar tried to slide the blue line, and he glanced into the zone a little too early as Frelick had to avoid the defender in front of him. 15:36, third period, strap in. Should be an exciting 15 and a half minutes remaining.
Yeah, score 3-1 Notre Dame. 12 shots on goal for Notre Dame, 18 for Bayport.
Puck through the neutral ice area, controlled by Bayport. Sam Komrosky. He is going to play it from behind the red line, and that's going to be called an icing. As he tried to play it off the glass for a teammate. And perhaps it's because the ice is freshly christened moments ago, but you don't want an icing when you're astride behind the center line.
And if you're Coach Bucket, that's exactly what I was about to say. You're Coach Bucket, you're scratching your head there. You go from forward position all the way back to your defensive zone.
Frelick trying to find the bouncing puck. Nice feed from Rebar to Lyons. Throws it in front, right to the breadbasket of Xander Roberts. Right at his belly. And the save is made by 35 in black.
Lyons, though, had the idea. If he had just been able to put it a little bit lower off of Roberts' pads, you might have got that rebound. Diving in was Rebar at the end there to be able to try and get the rebound. But Roberts, being that senior goaltender, knows suck it in, put it together, and hold on to it.
Face off to the glove side, left-hand side of Xander Roberts. Right hand holds his stick with the blocker. The blocker, the padding that covers over your hand. And the draw is going to be won by Bayport, trying to control the near side corner. Max McNeil for Notre Dame trying to chip it out. Chips into the far side corner where Sean Samuels is going to try to race to it. Puck chip to the top of the face-off dot, and Notre Dame gains control of it. Poshak, face-off dot, looking to circle around, throws it across the face of goal. Nobody is able to get to the backside post. Notre Dame with McNeil in the far side corner. Bill on the half boards. He'll lose it to Sam Komrosky. Now Bayport 2-on-2 the right side. Komrosky finds the backhand of Sean Samuels. Samuels looking to slide one in front, and it's going to be saved by Roberts. As he tried to slide it in front, it redirected very slowly in on Xander.
That 3-on-1 back in the Bayport zone, Komrosky did exactly what you as a defenseman have to do. He lays down, taking away every pass, just making it so that if anything has to happen, Nemi has to cover the shot. He lays down, covers it all up, and now we see a penalty on number 11, Hunter Bill, for Notre Dame, as at the end of that play, got a little chippy, and Hunter Bill came in and just pushed over Komrosky as Komrosky slid into the goaltender.
It appears that they're going to put only one in the box, and that of the Tritons. So Bill will have a seat for 2 minutes. 14:41 to go in the third, and now Bayport, who's got one goal, and that is of the power play variety. And they are going to skate 5-on-4. A chance to cut it to 1. Face off the right of Xander Roberts. Sneaks out to the right front of his crease. Puck bouncing between the face-off rings, and Notre Dame's going to get it. As sticks get tied up, and finally the first into it is Kazar. The sophomore forward will flick it down the end of the ice. And on the left side, it'll be picked up by Bayport.
2:19 into the period, roughing on number 11, Hunter Bill.
Jay Rebar on the half boards. Skates it far side wing to Sam Lyons. Back to Rebar, plays it off the boards. Jay looking to chip one to Bryce Strand. Bryce Strand just inside off the boards, right side wing. Plays it off, a deflection, gets it to Ty Freilich. Notre Dame player lost his stick. Freilich looking to get it to the point. Held in, very narrowly held in, and then turned over by Bayport. As a bad giveaway by the Pirates there. Rebar somehow held it inside the blue, but then the next pass from the Pirates was able to give it away. One of the 2 minutes have been killed off by the Tritons. They're still down a man for another 59 seconds. We approach 13 and a half to go, and a delayed offsides for Bayport. And so the Pirates have to waste some time here again. Isaac Rentmeester almost got a hooking call just below us. Puck just inside the zone. Tyler Brady is going to back up a little bit in case the puck gets out.
There it is.
At the point, Tyler Brady. Brady gets it to Carl Connell, left side wing, centering pass right in front. Mick is trying to race to it, he can't get to it. Brady in front again. Rebound, kick save by Roberts. And it's going to go just behind Tyler Brady. Well, Roberts did give up the rebound, but Bayport unable to get to the puck first. Elliott, face-off dot. Rister misses everything off the far side corner. Karams to Connell. Carl throws one in. Rebound given up by Roberts again, but Bayport's not in front for the rebound attempt. And nobody there to tap it by. And we're back to full strength. 5-on-5 hockey. Poshek trying to lift one, and he's going to get it off the glove of the goaltender and home. A great feed from the Tritons out of the corner to a streaking Hunter Bill. And a goal for Notre Dame to make it 4-1 just after the penalty expired. And the Tritons put on pressure.
Yeah, this is one of those things in hockey that seems to be one of those very, very tricky moments, right? Your team is going from up a man to down or even strength, and that guy is coming out with 2 minutes of rest. And Hunter Bill, full speed, right? 20 points coming into this game. He knew what he was doing. And Poshek found him, put it right in the back of the net.
A nice feed from Brendan to be able to find number 11 coming through between the face-off rings, right through the slot area. Komrosky in the corner, and the Pirates back down 3.
4:27 into the period. Scored by number 11, Hunter Bill. Assisted by number 27, Brendan Gruber, and number 13, Brendan Poshek.
Buttinger trying to throw it in front. Stopped by the stick of Bryce Strand of Bayport. Defenseman gets in the way. Jay Rebar on the half boards. Sticks it out to Sam Lyons. Arm is up for a penalty. Lyons plays it up, but it's going to go too far, and we're going to have a tripping call, I believe. Nope, slashing call. Nonetheless, 2 minutes. Either way you cut it.
Or you slash it, right?
Slashing, and number 11 is going to get another breather.
let's just not have the same thing happen, right? It comes out. You could just see it full steam ahead by Hunter Bill as he was flying in to goal, yelling Poshek's name. And as soon as Poshek heard it, he just passes it out to the middle. Nobody's there. Nemi had no chance at it. And Hunter Bill puts it in the back of the net. .514 in, slashing on number 11, Hunter Bill.
Alex Voss looking for someone to come down for Bayport, center it. Tyler Brady at the point. Top of the face-off dot, throws it in front, and Nick Voss of Notre Dame gets in the way, gets a knee in front of the puck, deflects into the corner, not going to reach target. Stick is out of the hands of Mick, she'll have to pick it up, but that allowed Notre Dame to get to the puck and flip it down the length of the ice from Bryce Dahl and reset the Pirate power play. A minute 35, Bayport's going to be a 5-on-4. And Bayport turns it over right at the blue line. Tyler Brady trying to weave through a few too many people there.
Listening in, saying, let's go Pirates, Chad Johnson.
Cano looking for a diagonal pass to a teammate. Icing's going to be waved off. Mickish to harass behind. Voss looking for someone to facilitate from the corner. Voss gets it to the half board. Sean Samuels. Samuels will skate goal line. Flips one to Cano on the wing. Throws one high. Roberts sees it the entire way, and he's going to make the save chest high. Cano's goal came high. Roberts has stopped everything low. See if Bayport's able to aim high, much like Cano did there.
Cano furthest away he could possibly be from the puck, waving his stick up in the air, begging for it as nobody's around. Cano gets it. He comes in towards that face-off dot, doesn't go far enough in, and probably should have had a little bit better chance, but he shot it, and Roberts takes it in to his gut and has the ref blow the whistle.
Jay Rebar, right side wing, looking for someone to come back door. Nobody's there, so he passes back to the point to Bryce Strand. Strand just inside the blue, gets it back to Rebar. Cross ice, looking for Sam Lyons, backhand in front, goes through everybody. Back to Rebar, and now we're going to have a stoppage in front, and I think they're going to say that Ty Freilich either was in the crease or something.
I believe that is what it is.
No penalty, but it is going to clear the puck out of the zone to the neutralized area.
He was in the crease and he had a chance. You can be in it, but you got to take it. You got to get back out as fast as he can. And they're saying he stayed in a lot longer than he was supposed to.
Set up tent a little too much.
Yeah.
Strand sends it around, rings around the corners. Roberts comes out to try to play it. He misses it. Puck with Rebar down into the near side with Freilich. Ty in behind net. On his backhand in the far side corner. Plays it to the wing to Bryce Strand. 25 seconds yet. Bayport's a man up. Strand carries it in the half boards. Bryce carries it behind net now. Looking for somebody. Looking. Dumps it back for Freilich. Ty in front, and a couple of sticks clash together, and that will force the puck to leave the playing surface.
Notre Dame playing very good defense on this power play. However, Freilich there needs to be able to take advantage. He's got the back of the net. He can facilitate a little bit more like a quarterback, right? Can check the field over, see where he needs to pass. Instead, he tried to push it. Notre Dame guy came right back in, and Freilich got a little nervous and had to chip it out, and that's where it went, right over the top of the glass.
Bayport was never set, and we're going to have a new face-off guy, I believe.
I believe Voss took it the first time, and Voss just played a little trick and said it was 7 that took it.
Hockey players aren't always truthful to officials.
Oh, yes, they are. It's just a little lie. 7-21, it's a football score, right? It's just triple it.
Tipped in front. Voss trying to get it by Roberts. Roberts doesn't know where the puck is. He's looking left, right, and he's got it between his pads
Voss,
somewhere.
No. You don't need that. One of those things that the Pirates are down 4-1, right? And you look at a game and you go, okay. Even look at the benches. If you get a scan across the benches, the number of players Notre Dame has compared to the Pirates, it's going to take a toll. But you can't let the mind games happen. And Voss there at the end just points at Roberts, and you don't need that.
McEntee from in front of his own netminder. Loses ground, loses the puck. Picked up by Nick Voss of the Tritons. On the half boards, puck poked free. Far side by Pockel. Nick is trying to bring it free. Pockel with a poke check picks it up, tries to bring it to the wing. Isaac Rentmeester lose. Boy, nobody wants possession of it right now from both teams. Somebody pushes it forward, they lose it. Somebody else pushes it forward, they lose it. Isaac Rentmeester to the near side half boards. Tries to play it in the corner of the backhand. Sellison trying to play it to a teammate. Bayport can't clear the zone. McNeil keeps it in. Plays it in behind net. Tyler Brady lifts one high, end over end kick. That will go through the end zone and a touchback.
Everybody take a breath, right? Everybody's got to take that breath, get a new line in there. I think everybody's a little tired. You're hearing it from Chris when you start to see sloppy play, you know that the reason why is everybody's getting a little bit more exhausted. You look at the Pirates right now, everybody's hands are on their knees, and the Notre Dame knows this, and they're going to try and take advantage and put a few more goals in the back of the net. Pirates just need to be able to do a better job of really pushing it here in the last 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Face off the right of Marcus Nemi, the Bayport goaltender. Pirates successfully flip it out of their own zone, and then a turnover. Ooh, I think a hook could have been called there, but no call. We continue.
Taryn Verkylen watching right now on Facebook.
Gerbitz down for Notre Dame into the far side corner. Voss going after the puck. Maybe a missed call on Eberhardt as play continues. Slap shot comes in, misses everything to the near side zone, kept in by Pockel. Dumped down to the half boards. Notre Dame holding the zone yet again. Bayport can't get possession, nevertheless get it out of the zone. Now they do to the neutralized area. Under 8 minutes to go, third period. Pirates find themselves down by 3. They have outshot the Tritons tonight. And there's going to be a forward hand pass by Notre Dame. And that's going to bring a face-off down next to Xander Roberts. Shots on goal read 22-13. I'm not sure it's quite that bad, but Notre Dame has been outshot by Bayport.
Yeah, and you add to it that right now this is where Bayport needs to win this face-off. And we're going to hear that Notre Dame won the face-off.
You have to continue to apply pressure in the zone. They can't. Hunter Bill through the neutralized area. Offsides. Yep, they got it. Poshak into the zone a little too early, right in front of the linesman.
Face-offs are key at the end of games, right? Especially when you're down. Every bit of possession helps, and you got to start it right from the top. If you think about it, in the first period, I talked about how there were only 10 face-offs. I bet you there were 10 face-offs in the last 4 minutes. When guys get tired, you start to make sloppy plays, and that's what happens.
Draw in the neutral zone, won by Notre Dame. McEntee gets it to his defensive line mate, that of Bryce Dahl. Hunter Bill looking for a pass to Poshak, who ordinarily has been crashing through the rings faster than anybody. He just wasn't there this time. Jay Rebar in behind net to Tyler Brady. Brady playing up a little more out of his defenseman position, at least for the time being. Near side half boards, puck tipped back to the blue line, kept in by Sam Lyons. Lyons will ring it around the Dashers into the far side corner at Karams. Eberhardt giving chase. There goes Callan Buttinger. Back to McEntee, and Michael will skate up the left wing with the puck, trying to lay a hit. Sam Lyons will take it. Lyons gets hit at the blue line, loses possession. Picked up, it'll be Bill and Poshak. And the loss of the possession forces a delayed offside, so it'll be Bayport puck. Sellison, right side face-off top, throws it in front, kick save, right leg by Roberts. Rebounded, narrowly got away, but not more than a foot. That allows his team to get to the puck first. Neutralized with Rentmeester. Arm is up for a penalty, and it's going to be on Bayport. Roberts is off to the bench. And McEntee.
They do.
And now the official.
Coach Bucking or Coach Bucking right now little upset as Notre Dame, I was paying attention, had a few too many men out as Roberts comes out and 2 guys come off the bench.
Yeah, they physically have 7 guys on the ice right now, which when they blew things dead.
Math-wise doesn't really make sense. And
well, the officials get together at the scores table.
I don't know how you call this, though.
I think you're going to have offsetting minors, so you're going to have coincidentals. It's going to be the penalty on Bayport's Kano is on the board, number 10. And then I think Notre Dame's going to get a guy in the box for too many guys on the ice.
What I'm saying, Chris, is I don't know how, if the refs didn't see it all, right? This is the whole Mike Frieder thing. You want to know why it's not going to be a penalty? Because the refs didn't see it. And I believe that that's what's going to happen. They're not going to be able to say that there were 7 guys because all 3 refs were in the Bayport zone, so they didn't get a chance to count out the players, and you're not going to get it from the scoring table.
Connell's going to get a 5 for Bayport.
Probably game misconduct as well, as he comes out of the box and put on to the bench. That usually means it's the end for you. So you'll
I
put
think
some.
that they're trying to figure out who's getting what, where, when. But Cano is climbing over the boards to the bench.
He's going to walk around. Yep, he's in the back of the bench. So, yep, he's out for the game. You'll put somebody else in the box for the Pirates. Couldn't have been for what the penalty was. I mean, I saw it. It probably wasn't that. It's probably something to do with what transpired afterwards. We'll hear it from the scoring announcer. Now they put somebody in for Notre Dame as well.
Now Coach Buchan looking for an explanation from Bayport, and they're going to put Zach Burns to serve the penalty. Cano's getting a game misconduct in 5 minutes. There's also somebody else for Bayport. I don't know if that's sitting down or in the front row or the back row, but
that's Cano. I see that as well. I see what you're saying. Below that as well, there's somebody.
Yep.
I think he's just sitting down on the bench that the players have.
So we're going to be 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then Notre Dame will have 3 minutes. They're going to call spearing on Cano. We had too many men on Notre Dame. So of the 5-minute major, 2 minutes will be basically null and void. 4-on-4 because of the Notre Dame putting a few too many members on the ice. So it all sorts itself out to Bayport. Crossbar hit near side by Nick Voss, who would love nothing more for Notre Dame than to score his first career goal. He's got 7 points as a freshman, all assists. McEntee on the wing. Skating around as Notre Dame continues to work the puck. 4-on-4 with a 4-1 lead. Puck in the corner with Gruber losing an edge. Strand trying to get it for Bayport. Komrosky off the boards, gets it to Voss. Up to the neutral ice area. Sean Samuels, he'll send it down. Icing not going to be called because the puck gets stopped at the faceoff dot. Michael McEntee.
Catherine Hobian says, "Let's go Pirates," from Facebook.
Notre Dame brings it back to the Bayport zone, left-hand third. So the 5-minute major will expire with 1 minute and 2 seconds left in the contest. And Notre Dame just basically keeping possession. Another 20 seconds until they go a man up. Puck pushed up against the boards, held there with some skates. Budinger comes loose with it for Notre Dame. Budinger trying to play it to a teammate. That goes wayward. Picked up by Jay Rebar. Jay plays it in behind that. Gets to Sellison, his own teammate, and Ian from his own zone gets it up to the neutral ice, but loses possession there. All right, so 3 minutes now. Notre Dame will be 5-on-4 as the Tritons get their man back on the ice from too many men. Bayport flips it down the length of the ice, only as far as the Notre Dame blue. Under 4 minutes to go in this hockey game. Tritons lead 4-1, and they have a healthy man advantage for 3 minutes. No matter if they score 0, 1, 2, or 3, unless there's a penalty, of course. The 5 minutes major for spearing. The call on Cano. Rentmeister trying to go to McNeil. Right side half points. Gets to the point to Pockle. Just holds the line. Puck in front. Rebound given up by Nemi. He makes the initial save. Trying to get to it left side. He can't. Down goes Sean Samuels as the puck is being fought for between teams. And Samuels is able to clash sticks with Max McNeil. And the puck gets down the length of the ice. Rentmeester goes left side. Isaac brings it in the zone. Pushed up against the glass by Tyler Brady. Puck in behind net. McEntee to the wing. Skates to the point. Keeps it on. Fakes the replace. Skate and replace back to McEntee right side wing. Notre Dame trying to bring on fresh skaters. Bayport's going to send two guys at the puck to poke it free. They will with Voss. Notre Dame is more than content to just hold possession and run clock. 2:40 to go. Bring back in. Rister comes in. Stopped by the stick of Nemi. He didn't know where the deflection went, and Bayport's able to find it. He can send it the length of the ice again.
Never good when you don't know where the deflection is. The first thing you do is look behind you. It's always rough.
Budinger to bring it across the left side wing blue. Bayport sends it down the length of the ice again. You know, Bayport's just getting in their wind sprints, trying to chase things down. As much as you want to clear the zone sometimes, without possession, this is just a 4-1 game. Rebar dumps it off for Bryce Strand, trying to throw one through. He gets checked after the hit. And unable to reach target. That was a golden opportunity for Bayport. Arm is up for an icing, and that will be the call. 1:56 left in the third, with just 54 seconds left for the major penalty before this one goes final.
That was your chance right there. 4:06 of that whole entire penalty since the last time we had a face-off. So 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then another minute and 6 seconds of a 5-on-4. The Pirates need to try to put something in shorthanded here. I'm looking at Tyler Brady and 44 Sam Kurowski as the defenseman. Gotta get it back to him. Gotta put something on net as a one-timer.
Draw to the right of Roberts, and the draw won by Notre Dame Academy. Rentmeester cross ice, gets it to McNeil, brings in the zone, throws in a wrister, misses high. Nemi tried to flash the leather, and it went over his outstretched left hand. Rings back around, and Paco for Notre Dame, turn it over. Picked up Jay Rebar, far side wing, brings into the zone, looking for somewhere to pass. Rebar gained at the point, still with possession. Continues it on his stick, looking for somewhere to pass it. Rebar then plays it in behind net. 18 seconds left until we're back to 5-on-5, but only a minute 15 before we go final. Bill to bring it in the zone. Far side corner. Voss.
Back to full strength on both sides.
So we're under 60 seconds. Alex Voss for the Pirates. Dumps it in behind that. He's going to go off. Freilich trying to charge behind Roberts. Samuels looking to center a pass. Sean gets pushed up against the Dashers. Push one in front. Ian Sellison now into the far side corner to fish it out. Bayport trying to apply some serious pressure, but they can't get a shot on goal. Freilich dumps it off for Samuels. Right side wing for Brady. Throws it in front. Blocked aside by Roberts, and Xander continues what's been an impressive night. According to the scoreboard, he stopped 23 out of 24 shots. Freilich in the corner, 18 seconds left. Ty spins around, gets it right side to Tyler Brady. Brady, slap shot in front. Big hit comes in on Freilich. No call on the officials, and Freilich is down.
All right, they'll take a quick little break here. Just 10 seconds left, and what a tough game. Back and forth, a lot of different action. But the Pirates just kind of lost their edge. I think the 2 weeks off didn't help, and Notre Dame, being the team that they are, they may not have a lot of experience on paper, but they're hockey players. They know what they're doing, and they put it together here at the end. So 4-1, 24 shots on goal for the Pirates, 14 for Notre Dame. It may only be 14 shots on goal, but lots more opportunities for Notre Dame. Lots more times where Marcus Nemi had to stand on his head to be able to try and keep something from becoming bigger than what it was.
Samuels in the corner trying to play with it. 3 seconds left. Notre Dame content to run out the clock. And a big win for the Tritons by a score of 4-1.
If you're the Pirates, you know, you lose, but you learn a lot about yourself, right? You got to keep your head about you. You got to figure out what the best thing is for you. If you're Notre Dame, keep on doing what you're doing, right? The last 4 games now, 6-1, 4-1, 6-1. Notre Dame. This one not much different, 4-1. 4-1 for Notre Dame.
Tonight's Bayport hockey broadcast proudly supported by Jeff Deacon and Shorewest Realty. By the Press Times, your local paper and online source for Pirate Athletic. Murray Gleff up top, snapping some pictures and getting the write-up. He'll get some interviews over the phone after this one to have that in the Press Times for tomorrow. Online edition. Just J Creative website and brand development. Notre Bank, the Bank of You, and Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. Well, there was a stretch there, Ross, in the second period where Notre Dame really turned it on, and Bayport unable to answer. They get a power play goal from Kano, but just not enough stretches of puck control to really apply anything.
Yeah, that's what you have with Notre Dame. I mean, I've emphasized this a lot. 2.5 years, haven't called a hockey game, but the one thing I know about Notre Dame is they can put it together for 7 to 8 minutes better than any other high school hockey team. No matter who's on the ice for Notre Dame, they always seem to be able to do it, and that happened in the second period this game, and they did. They put it on it, and they did not let go for that 7 minutes, and 3 goals go in, and Notre Dame pretty much from that point, you just felt like it was done, and Notre Dame or Bayport kind of felt defeated. They put together a great opportunity at the end of the second period where Kano scored the goal. Then they tried to do a little bit more, and it just unfortunately just didn't get back together. And then the backbreaker was that 5-minute penalty near the end of the game. The 1 goal scored in the period, scored by number 11, Hunter Bill, his 22nd point, 8th goal, assisted by number 27, Brendan Gruber, and by number 13, Brendan Poshak. Poshak with 3 points tonight, 19 total on the season. Really, I'm not a big one for the 3 stars of the game, but if you were gonna give out 1 star, I think Xander Roberts, the goalie for Notre Dame, stood on his head, kept his team in it, especially in that first period. And from that, really, that's where Notre Dame got all of their energy. Poshak puts a goal in, gets the team really starting to roll, and it was all downhill from there.
Well, final from Cornerstone, 4-1 again for Tim and Joey tonight, helping us out with the video feed and graphics. Ross Tellner, I'm Chris Lehrman. The Pirates, they fall to Notre Dame by a score of 4-1. Tuesday, we will be back, I believe, from Cornerstone for hockey against Sheboygan, and then we'll see how the rest of the week works out, as we'll have that on Facebook and Twitter, on our social media feed of what will be coming up.
Pirate hockey has a crazy next 4 days. 3 games in 4 days.
Yeah, playing tomorrow, playing Sunday.
Yep.
So they'll have a game at Fond du Lac. Have a wonderful evening, Howard Swamico. You've listened to Bayport Pirate Hockey on NEW Sports Radio.